Hello guys, welcome back to Pharma Palette. Today we are going to learn the movements of synovial joints in a simplest way possible. So the movements of synovial joints are basically divided into four types. The first movement is gliding, second one is angular, third one is rotation and the fourth one is special. Now let's get into each type in detail. So the first movement is the gliding movement. To remember this, just remember the example wrist bones. So it is simply the flat bones that just slide over each other. So the points to be included under this is first thing is the movements of this flat bone surfaces, they are back and forth and they can be side to side over one another. So there we can also see a little change in the angle between the bones. So the second movement is called as the angular movement. So here the name itself says that angle is present. That means there will be increase or decrease in the angle that is present between the bones. And this is further divided into different movements. Now let's see what are the different types of movements under this. The first one will be the flexion. Second one is the lateral flexion. Third one is the extension. Fourth one is the hyperextension. The fifth one is abduction, and the sixth one is adduction, and the seventh one is circumduction. Now, what all points will include under this angular movement? First thing is this will be decreasing or increasing the angle between the bones. Second point is it is further divided into these movements. They are the first one is flexion, lateral flexion, extension, hyperextension, abduction, adduction, and circumduction. Now let's see each one in detail. The first one is flexion. What is flexion? Flexion is the decrease in the angle between the bones, and this is mostly seen in the sagittal plane. Second one is the lateral flexion. It is simply the movement of the trunk in the frontal plane. And the third one is called as extension. Extension is simply the opposite of flexion. Flexion is simply the decrease in the angle. Extension is the increase in the angle between the bones, and this is also seen in the sagittal plane. The fourth one is called as hyperextension. It is simply the extension beyond the anatomical position. And the next two are abduction and adduction. So, abduction is simply the movement of the bone away from the midline, and this adduction is the movement of the bone, the movement of the bone towards the midline. So, abduction is simply the movement of the bone away from the midline. So, this is usually seen in the frontal plane. Similarly, the adduction, it is the movement of the bone towards the midline. This is also seen in the frontal plane. And the last movement under this angular one is the circumduction. So, here the flexion, adduction, abduction, extension, they are in succession. So, in which here the distal end of the body part will be moving in circle. Now, the third movement under this is the rotation movements. So, here what all points you'll include here? So, the movement of the bone will be around the longitudinal axis and it is present in the limbs. This can be either medial or lateral. So the last moment under this is the special moments. These are called as special moments because these occur in the specific joints. To remember all the moments under this, I'll be giving you a simple trick so that you can remember all the names under this. So the trick here is every day people read interesting English drama plays so perfectly and obviously. E means it is elevation and D means it is depression. Elevation is simply lifting up. D means depression, it is pushing down. Then we have P. P means it is protraction. What is protraction? It is a forward movement. Then we have R. R is retraction. Retraction is opposite of it. So it is backward movement. Then we have I. I means inversion. So inversion is simply turning inward. Then E means it is opposite of it, which is eversion. Eversion is turning outward. Then we have D again. D means it is dorsiflexion. Dorsiflexion is nothing but something foot upward. P. What is P now? It is plantar flexion. What is plantar flexion? It is simply the toes, keeping the toes downward. Then we have S again, where S means supination. Supination is simply keeping your palm up. Then we have P. P is nothing but pronation. It is keeping your palm down. Then we have O. O is opposition. So it is thumb touching the fingertips. So, till now, we have just seen how to remember the special movements with a trick. Only the names we tried to remember. Now, we will be seeing what points we have to include in each one. So, in the elevation, we can write that superior movement of body part. Depression, you can write inferior movement of body part. And next one is protraction. Here you can write anterior movement. And for retraction, write posterior movement of body part. And for inversion, it is medial movement of sole. Eversion, it is lateral movement of sole. And dorsiflexion, it is a bending the foot in the direction of the dorsum. Then we have plantar flexion. Here you can write bending the foot in the direction of plantar surface. Then we have supination. Here you can write movement of a forearm that turns palm anterior. Then the next one is movement of the forearm turns palm posterior. That means one is up, one is down. And opposition is the movement of the thumb across the palm touching the fingertips on the same hand. And that's it. These are the different movements of synovial joints. Easy, clear, and important to know. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more simple explanations. See you in the next video.